What up, y'all? Justin K. Seeds of Xanadu, cilantro microgreens. Now, I'm doing them in here in the kitchen just because it's been a little bit cooler, so we've been keeping them inside to get them sprouted, yada, yada, yada. But very soon they will actually all be outside. Actually, probably even this week, things are warming up, so they'll probably end up just being outside and we'll deal with them out there. Anyhow, here's how I grow cilantro microgreens. So, first off, the number one thing that I have to mention, I want to use a leisurely split cilantro seed. You see that there? So basically, leisurely split, I don't know why they say it's leisurely split, I don't know if it's the easy thing or not, but or somebody just does it. But anyhow, that right there, I don't know if you can see, that is a leisurely split. It's basically the cilantro seed split in half. Normally when you get cilantro, it's a full ball. These ones are simply half of that, leisurely split. They seem to work a hell of a lot easier than the full cilantro seed. So we go with the leisurely split. I do soak these. These have actually been soaking for right about 24 hours now. I've already drained them. What I'm gonna do now is kind of just rinse them off a little bit, disinfect them, drain them again, wash off the food grade hydrogen peroxide. That's what we use to disinfect. And then let them sit there for right about 4 days. After the 4 days, I pretty much disinfect them again, wash them off, and then go ahead and put them inside of a tray. So this is how we started. Now I normally just use lukewarm water. To get these leisurely split seeds, I use Kitazawa. They're in Northern California, so they're not too far away from me. I normally get them in about a 50-pound bag in their bulk section. For seeds, you can actually look there as well, or just get whatever it is that you need. But Kitazawa seems to be the only place that carries them. Not to say that no one else does, but that's the only place I've been able to find them. Actually, I think that's the only place I've ever looked. Just like all seeds, cilantro seeds come in pretty dirty as well, so I'm just really trying to rinse off as much of that dirt as I possibly can. Check it out. Caught it inside of this little bowl so you guys can see just how dirty it is. Right there is after it's already been soaking, right? So that's its first rinsing. All right, using the same bowl, I dump the seeds into it. Now I'm gonna do is mix up a little food grade hydrogen peroxide solution. So you get this, at least I get this from Amazon. Food grade hydrogen peroxide is at 35%. Do not let that percentage fool you. Dude, that junk is strong, it is very strong. This will jack you up, so be very careful when you're utilizing this. And what's awesome is like a little bit of this goes a very long way because it is so strong. So what you wanna do is have your food grade hydrogen peroxide, grab a measuring cup and some distilled water. It's 35% hydrogen peroxide. I'm gonna turn this to a 3% hydrogen peroxide, something that we normally will find in the brown bottles, right? But you don't wanna use that stuff. It's not really great to use. So you really don't wanna use it. I know some people out there that do, but it's kind of gnarly. You can look it up in Google, man, and you can see not the way you really wanna go. At least not the way I'm gonna go, so whatever. Do what you want. Now I'm gonna dump my hydrogen peroxide. Mix it around a little bit. Let that stuff incorporate. And then I'll leave it here for about 5, maybe 6 minutes. All right. It's been right about 5, 6 minutes. You know, I've actually even done less than 5 or 6 minutes, to be honest with you. My goal is just to get these seeds as clean as I can, so I'm not gonna run into any mold issues later on. There's a cat named John over at Dowie Farms. He has a couple videos on how to grow cilantro microgreens. So those are worth checking out as well. Let's pour these guys in here, back into the strainer. Just rinse it out. You want to rinse them pretty well. You want to make sure that you're getting all that stuff off. This is also helping to clean off any more residual dirt. Then I like to place a rag on top. You can use a paper towel for this as well. I just find that a clean rag will retain moisture a little bit longer than that of a paper towel. Oh yeah, you can find these strainers, at least I found this strainer at Target. I can't remember the exact price. I think it was like over 20 bucks. But it's well worth it, especially for these. I find these work the best. I can extend these handles, right? So it's pretty cool. But anyway. Let's moisten that up. And the only reason I want to get that towel moist, just to make sure that that surface layer of seed retains moisture on top. That's really the only reason why. And then I normally just put them to the side. We'll come back in about 3 or 4 days, right when those things begin to sprout. Hey, what up, y'all? So it's Thursday night actually. Time for me to do the second disinfecting of the cilantro seed. Already got them in this little tote. But you can see if you look really tight, really closely, that they've started to sprout. So what I'm gonna do is drop this food grade hydrogen peroxide in here. You might wanna grab your kids for this one. This time around, it gets a little bit more gnarly. Way more intense. The reason I suspect it to foam up so much more now, it's been sitting here damp for the last couple days, so it has a lot more time to contract some different kind of mold or different type of bacteria. That's what the food grade hydrogen peroxide is reacting to. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let it do its thing, and then tomorrow is when I plan on seeding these things. We got a lot of stuff done today. It's actually quite late, or a little bit later than I want to be working right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and disinfect these guys. I normally leave them in here just for a couple minutes. It's really not even that long. Just enough, right when the head kind of dies down is when I will drain them, rinse them off. And normally it's when I seed them, but this time around I'm gonna go ahead and just hold them overnight one more time, and then we're gonna seed them in the morning. I got these things all seeded out. Yeah, so in about a week, they're gonna look like this. Right now I'm playing around with the seeding for my cilantro, so we're ending it right about 225 to about 250 mil. Yeah, just like everything else, you wanna make sure that you spread it out pretty evenly. It is kind of weird with them being moist or being wet. It does make it a little bit harder. That's peat moss. That's why it's kind of looking like it's been pooling or maybe over wet. But that's what happens. Sometimes it'll pool and then you just have to let it sit there and let it saturate. Just take some time. Alrighty, yeah. That's how you do cilantro.